Differentiated instruction is a method of teaching that recognizes that all students have different learning styles and learning needs, and therefore require a variety of teaching methods in order to learn. It seeks to challenge and enhance learning for every student regardless of their ability level. Differentiated instruction is guided by three general principles: respectable tasks, flexible grouping, and continual assessment. Respectable tasks refers to methods and activities that are developmentally appropriate. Tasks should be understood by students, but should be challenging enough to engage the students and make them think independently. This is called teaching in the zone of proximal development, which is the bridge between what students already know and don't know. Flexible grouping calls for arranging students into a variety of different groups based on their needs. Groups should be fluid, which means they should not always be the same. They should vary in size, large groups, small groups, pairs, and individuals, and contain students of different ability levels. Continual assessment means conducting ongoing assessment to check for student comprehension of material. Continual assessment does not mean constantly giving students exams. Instead, it calls for a variety of ways to measure students' understanding, such as one-on-one time, group work, classwork, and projects. Teachers should use continual assessment as feedback and modify their curriculum and teaching methods based on how their students respond. Now that we understand these three principles, let's begin the process of differentiated instruction. The first thing we must do is identify the learning needs of our students. We do this by examining student readiness, interests, and learning profiles. To gauge student readiness, we assess prior knowledge. This provides information about areas of strength and weakness and gives us information about what students do and do not know so that we can teach in their zones of proximal development. Knowing what our students are interested in and finding ways to incorporate those elements into the classroom can make education more meaningful for students. Finally, we must look at our student learning profiles. Because every child is different, they will have a unique learning style. This is particularly relevant to students with special needs who may require very specific methods or environments in order to best learn. Now that we know our students' learning needs, let's discuss the four main areas of differentiation: content, process, product, and environment. Content is the actual subject matter and methods we use to teach. Because some students are at different ability levels, we can emphasize certain areas for different students and provide different degrees of scaffolding. We can also use various materials to support different kinds of learners. Examples include writing content on the board, verbally reciting it, and physically modeling it, providing reading materials at various readability levels, providing key vocabulary sheets, assigning reading buddies, and meeting in small groups or one-on-one with students. We can also change the medium through which we relay our content, like audiobooks, videos, and the computer. This leads us to the next area: process. Process refers to methods or activities that students engage in to learn the content. Examples include hands-on learning activities, rotating interest and learning stations, allowing students to learn material at different rates, difficulty level, and with varying levels of assistance based on their needs. Product refers to the way in which students demonstrate what they have learned. Various kinds of projects and activities should be used to demonstrate comprehension. For example, one student may speak in front of the class, one student may write a paper, a group of students might perform a skit, and some students may create a PowerPoint presentation, all for the same project. Giving students a choice is a great way of keeping them interested. Furthermore, it gives English language learners and students with special needs opportunities to deepen their comprehension and also to work in a medium that they are comfortable with. Finally, we need to have an environment that can accommodate a wide variety of learners. Examples include subject-specific learning centers, quiet areas or study areas, and areas for individual work and group work. We should also have materials in the classroom that represent a variety of different cultures. Additionally, all students need to feel safe, be respectful, and understand that every student has different needs. Lastly, let's discuss response to intervention. There are three tiers of intervention. Tier 1 applies to the majority of students and calls for differentiated instruction for the entire classroom. Tier 2 is for at-risk students who require some supplemental instruction. This usually occurs in groups. Tier 3 is for a small portion of students who are significantly behind and require individualized intensive instruction. Response to intervention is collaborative in nature and often includes teams of teachers, special educators, and psychologists. In conclusion, differentiated instruction is extremely important because it seeks to include every single child in the classroom, regardless of their ability level. So don't hesitate, differentiate.